Good morning. It's Friday, March 24th, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong, where we have the advanced sets this morning, sets 10 through 18. This morning we're going to practice 3 sets. We're going to pay attention to this idea of lifting and raising up, so that as we sink down, the upper body and the torso are all supported well by the upper body and the torso, so there's less weight on the legs, and the legs only need to be able to bend and sustain. It sounds easier than it is, I'm telling you. All right, let's get started. Part of what I'm going to pay attention to this morning is also something that I need to pay attention to in Dragon Sword. So I have picked the exercises that we're going to pay attention to this morning with that in mind. So Red Phoenix flies into the sun. As we come up, pay attention to keeping the body well placed. Leopard climbs a tree. That same idea. We're going to pull up and in. We're not going to pay so much attention to sinking as we are paying attention to balance this morning. Okay? And the last one, as we pay attention to paying homage to the peaks. Again, pull up and in, and then extend. That pull up and in is where we're going to put the emphasis this morning. Let's start with basic stretch. Feet about shoulder width apart, hands circle in front, shoulders down, bend the knees, hands up along the center line, reach out. Stretch out, roll through the back as you come up. Start at the bottom, drop the tailbone. Pay attention to each, one more, pay attention to each of the vertebrae as you roll up. Reach up. Elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Alright. As we're practicing, also pay attention to keeping the body quiet, using the motion itself to carry the movement, so that sense of, as we're working on Red Phoenix flies into the sun, fly, right? We're going up. That, not quite that fast, but use that momentum to take you up. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. Breathe in. Left hand to the outside, shift, circle down, left hand to the inside and come up on the left. Left hand up, right hand out. Pull the knee in and on the right side. Pull up from underneath the ribs. As you go up, take your center with you. Alright? it off. This side's better. And try again. There we go. Keep going. Two more. Relax through the upper back. Last time. Reach up and out. And reach up and out. Center. Palms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alright, relax for a minute. I'm going to talk about that. We're going to do this 3 more times. As we go up this lift, take your body with you. Okay? It sounds obvious, but it's not necessarily for somebody who doesn't understand what I'm saying, okay? Just pay attention. Alright, so my center's here, and I shift my weight here, and I'm trying to reach up, and I keep my center here. I'm going to have trouble going up. I need to take my center up with me. So this lift, as I go up, pull up here underneath the ribs, pull in through the center, and lift the center. Not up to your chest here, but lift it along with everything else so that everything goes up. That sense of having someone hold your back right here, just below the ribs, right? That space, your waist, right? Just below the ribs, a little bit onto the ribs, and then that person needs to be rather strong depending on who you are and how big you are. That person can then lift you, right? That's what we're talking about. So that sense that I'm going up, that's what we want. 3 more times. Feet about shoulder width apart. Pull up through the crown of the head. Breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. Arms cross. Left arm to the outside and shift on the left. Up. And come down. Center. And on the right. Up. And come down. Left side. Right side. Left side. And right side. Center. Press down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. That same sense of pulling in and lifting. Right here, leopard climbs a tree. As we press down, very little on this front foot. Okay, whichever side you're going. We're not pushing down into the foot. There's very little weight here. It's more of a springboard to be able to come up. And that same sense of keeping the body straight, pulling in, keeping the foot in until we extend it. Okay, and again for today, I'm not going to focus on trying to go down on that one leg. You know, we're not doing that. But we are going to pay attention to balance and placement as we're coming up, and how that translates into, if the body's in good position, how that translates into the ability to go down, potential ability to go down. All right, feet out shoulder width apart. Breathe in, and breathe out. Shift to the right, on the left toes, press down, up on the right, extend, and pull in. Center, shift on to the left, turn to the right, up, and down. Pull in, and center. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax, and breathe in, shift, pay attention to holding on the left. Where's your center? Whether you put the leg down or not, where's your center? Breathe in, shift right, breathe out, press down, breathe in, up on the right, breathe out, down on the left, and come to center, breathe in, shift left, press down right, shift, breathe, relax, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Relax through the upper body, control the leg. Two more times. Suspend even as you bend the knee. Keep the weight behind the heel so that you could sink down if you wanted to. And no, you're not relying on that extending leg. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Hands down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Relax for a second. This idea that you need to keep your weight suspended over the sustaining leg. With Leopard climbs a tree, we do eventually. Not today, but it does go all the way down. It does. And the body mechanics and the general body position that is required to do that movement is what we want to pay attention to, even if we're not going all the way up and down. Okay? So as I sit here, my hip has to be behind my heel. I've been talking about this for a little bit now. My hip has to be behind my heel. It can't be here. It has to be here. That difference, okay, here's my hand, okay, my hip can't be here. It has to be here. No? Yes. That little bit of difference, okay, that's the back of my hip. Here's the center of my hip. No? Yes. Here, I can get there. From here, no. That, again, that little bit of difference in how the body is placed makes all the difference in what we're able to do within a given movement. In this case, being able to go up and down. Being able to do this with my arm, most folks with full mobility don't have a problem to do that. Do that with your leg. Oh, yeah, no. If you're a dancer, not a problem. If you're a dancer, you shift your weight, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, where did you want me to put it? Right? Now, I'm not doing quite as much as some other folks could, but that's the idea, is, okay, all right, where do you want me to put it? That sense of I'm in good balance, I have the dexterity and the control, where am I going to put it, right? So as I'm sinking here, my balance, yeah, if I'm leaning forward, I'm not going all the way down, right? Paying attention to that is what we want to do as we're practicing. Where do I have to be in order to do this movement fully and do it well? Where am I now? Where am I today? Right? Checking, where's my posture, what's my position, right? Checking on that, and then what do I need to do? How can I change or not what I'm doing so that I have the dexterity, the strength, and the placement to be able to do, right? That placement really does matter. Last set for this morning, and again, we're paying attention to this, so I'm going to stress it. As we set here, center, shift, right here, if the body is not well placed right here, when we sink and come back, that come back part, now I have to come up. If I'm well placed at the beginning, I maintain that placement through the lowering move, and I come up. Up, right? We're going up. Same kind of idea here, except it's a little bit more complicated. So I'm here, up, double punch down, come back to center. Keep the rhythm and pay attention to the sweep so that we use it as we're moving. Feet about shoulder width, about shoulder width apart. Try not to open your stance too much through the moves. And breathe in. And breathe out. Left hand holds a palm, right hand holds a fist. Sink. Shift onto the right. Both hands come to the center. And down. Pull up. Pull up. And double punch down. Shift. Both hands to the knees. Right hand holds the fist, left hand holds the palm. Shift. Press down. Pay attention to your sustaining leg. Reach out. Center. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Open the back. Lift from underneath the ribs. Pull in from the center. Hold as you come up. Keep the center. Open the back. Find the center, pull in, and extend. Shift. 2 more. Last time, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, salute one more time. And both hands, palms pull in. Both sides, press down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Okay. there is a part of holding, knowing your position, knowing how to get there, knowing where I'm going, and understanding what you're doing through the posture. So as I'm talking on the physical level, the physics of the movement. This is today's class. I talked about the internal workmanship another time. All right, this is the physics of the movement today. All right, as we're moving, this idea I'm going up, up, lift, take the body with you so that your leg does not have to do quite so much work. That same idea here. Yeah, I need to be on this side, right? That same idea here. As I'm extending my right leg, I'm trying to hold the hip so this doesn't go back and forth and go someplace where I don't want it to go. I need to hold here, open here, and use this muscle on the back of my leg to go up and down. If all of this is holding everything else, it makes it a whole lot easier to go down. Now, not to say there's no challenge to it, there's quite a bit of a challenge to it. But it's possible. If we're not well supported through the torso, it's kind of not possible. Alright, so that may happen naturally as a result of having done some other work, some other exercises. When I first started learning, I had much more recent experience with dance, and that sense of lifting and bending was a whole lot. It was easier 20 years ago. Well, it just was. So that idea behind that, we want the flexibility, that we want to build that flexibility, and that part of the approach, part of the way we can actually do that, is to support the torso, keep this well supported, pull in through the hip, in and across through the hip, and allow the leg to work. Right here. If my hip isn't open, as I sink down, right here, this hip back here, if that's not open to allow me to go up and down, when I start to return to that leg and set the heel so that I can come up, it's not going to happen. Okay? So, paying attention to how we move, paying attention to the dynamic of the movement, and paying attention to how the body mechanics allow us, or not, to do that movement is one of the things that we need to pay attention to. That's part of what I was working on today. This lifting up, right? So we need to pay attention to that. I need some of the strength that we worked on today for Dragon Sword, which will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. Next new movement on Monday. Not as simple as what we had last week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Qigong class. I hope you'll join me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.